Hey, this is Aaron.
And Blake, we're AB Data.
Thanks for watching our Alteryx tool demonstration video. In this video, we're taking a look at the crosstab tool, another great tool from the transform category. Allows us to pivot the orientation of a data table from a vertical axis to a horizontal one, so from a tall data table to a wide data table. Three key components to consider: how we would want to group the data. Think of them like a key column for the transpose tool, where they will retain their position in the data table, as well as the new column names and the data values. So in this short example, we'll take a look at the team leader as a group field. So we'll have one record for each unique text string in that field. The new column name, in which case here we have 3 months, are given to us in the output field as our 3 new fields, and the value was mapped underneath. We'll take a look at the example canvas for the crosstab tool. On the right side of the canvas, there's a helpful diagram that shows us the general movement of our data points. The data set that we're provided gives us information about each presidency, going all the way back to President number 1, George Washington. Some of these presidents have a number of vice presidents. So, presidency number 3, for example, Thomas Jefferson had 2 vice presidents, first Aaron Burr and then George Clinton. So we're going to reorient the data or transform the data so that we have one record per president number. We're going to configure the tool so that the value shows up as the name, so the data point. And here we will concatenate the text string. So our options here will be dependent on the data type within these fields. So here this field called name is a text string. So if there is more than one item for this president number, then we can create a comma separated list. We can really customize the separator we use here. So once again, Aaron Burr and George Clinton, both vice presidents for Thomas Jefferson, and the crosstab tool allows us to create this comma separated list. Great use case for using the crosstab tool to transform our data. The next example we'll take a look at is using multiple grouping columns. So this time we'll group on the president number, vice president number, and office. So those 3 fields should remain in their existing positions. And this time the column header, we're going to select the field type. So we would expect to have 2 new fields, one called name, one called dates. And here the value we can select as the value for those new columns. And maybe instead of concatenate, we'll take the first item that appears for each of these combinations. So we still have independent records for Aaron Burr and George Clinton. Copying and pasting, we can take a look at the output with a different combination of grouping fields. So if we only group on the president number, the first instance of each president number is the president's name. So here we lose insight as to what the vice president was, but here by including the office, we're going to have one unique record for president and one for vice president. Configured with the first string, we would lose insight as to who the second vice president is, but that's okay in some cases. The last example we'll take a look at has some sales information about different office products and their categories. And here we're going to group by the suggested age range, create one unique column per category. So educational, fun and games, and general should be our 3 new columns or fields that we create off to the right. And one great attribute of the crosstab tool is we can use it similar to a pivot table and add dynamic columns and rows showing us our totals. So here we have our column, totals, our row totals, and our grand total in the bottom right-hand corner.
Thank you for learning with us today. Good luck on your Alteryx journey.
For more information on custom training, managed service automations, and more, please visit our website at abdataconsulting.com.